welcome in everybody to OG episode of another OG episode of the NBA playoffs with the crew. See the chat in here. Appreciate you guys for tapping in. Sorry if we're a little bit late. We got Tasha in here. Everybody's in the chat box. You guys all ready to go. So don't want to keep you guys waiting too much longer. But NBA's been treating me nicely. We'll try to keep that going and have some more winners here on the show. We'll go around the horn really quick. Let me try to go to my guy Dutch. At first, I thought it was a Minneapolis Lakers jersey on over there.
I did too.
Hey, we're wrong with it. We're wrong with it. You can hear me?
We got you now. Yeah.
Yeah. My fault, man. My fault to the panel. And, of course, all the real ones holding us down in the motherfucking chat. I was running late. My laptop was died. And then, man, we throw on, we make it work. But, man, it was a solid little weekend or week. Obviously, we've had since yesterday was pretty tilting for me. I'm not gonna lie. I guess I've talked too much shit in my lifetime, especially here on with the fellas. About Trey motherfucking Young. For them to give me a win, there's just no fucking way. No way, no how I'm gonna win if I bet on Atlanta. I had them +7 last night. They lose by 8. I had them 6.5 the night before. The other game they lose by 7. Man, it's rough. I guess you was right about it. Skee. I had the wrong gift because Murray was MIA the first half. Well, 0-0-0 the whole first half. I was like, damn, I had the wrong gift for sure. And then Trey had a hell of a first half. He was MIA the second half, it looked like. So unfortunately, they're eager to get going on these games tonight, though. I think two teams are going home tonight. I do believe that. So and we got some shit going this weekend too. So I'm excited to break it down with you guys. Get back on track after taking a tough L yesterday. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's time to go. Let's get back on track here today. You know better than that. It's supposed to be Treyway all the way. But Beno, how you feeling today? How's NBA been treating you?
Last night, phenomenal. The Boston team total over and the full game over, and the props were incredible in that game. We had Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum over threes. Trae Young, I really liked, even though I like Boston, I like Trae Young over 27.5 points. I didn't realize it was going to be as close to the number as it ended up being. He ended up with 30. He got most of it in the first half. He didn't really do much at all in the second half. So that one still got a little more close and more nervous than it had to be, but it got there. We had Marcus Smart over 11.5 points. Like I said, we had a lot of made threes props involving a lot of the big players on both sides, and a lot of them cashed in, except DeJounte Murray. He had a rough night from long distance. But other than that, no, it was a really good game overall, and I'm looking forward to tonight, and a very good chance I think we see one, maybe even both series come to an end.
Shout out to Sam.
I like where you're going with that. What up, Wham Bam? Talk to him.
Shout out to Sam Comer, man. Sam I am with the dono. If we had the dono train, bro, you would be getting it right now, man, with the $13.99. Hit the like button, he says. Y'all know what to do, man. Shout out to Josh Sapp, Chad, JB Brown,
RVD. Keyboard at, Wham, break him off something.
Come on, man.
There we go.
Appreciate you, bro. Come on, you're right, Dutch. God damn, where am I? I kind of don't like doing that because it gets my son riled up. You hear him now you can start hearing him. You hear the background noise and shit. But no, so it's been good, bro. I love this show, bro. We've been cashing every fucking damn time. I don't think we had a negative show yet as far as best bets either. So let's keep cashing, bro. And I'm happy to be here with y'all, bro. I didn't even have a play in the first game until I started talking to the guys. Now I actually got to play in the game. So let's get cracking, bro. I'm ready for the shit.
Hey, that's why I love talking it out with you guys. At the end of the show, I'm usually adding a couple of bets too. So let's see if we can get to some winners for today. And then after that, we'll take a look at the weekend, see what's already been lined up, and see if we can find some winners there. So the first game up for today, we will go Sacramento Kings at the Golden State Warriors. This game opened Warriors -7. Looking like pretty much 7.5 across the board. Total open 235. We're looking at anywhere between, it's up as high as 236.5. So a little bit of money did come in on the over. Injury report, I don't see anybody on there really. Dellavedova out for the Kings. Iguodala out for Golden State. feel like we already knew that. So I don't know that, there's too much to be said from me on this game. I will say a little bit after, but I don't want to take all the meat off the bone, as everybody likes to say, or as my guy Dutch likes to say. So you liking this one, Dutch? You getting paid tonight or what?
I do think, I'm sure you're right. I know where you're going with this one. So I think you're probably on the right path, to be quite honest with you. I think the series is over. I think it's just a matter, obviously, if they cover this 7.5. I think, they kind of took the will out. They won that game. Sacramento should have won game 4. Then losing that game was huge. Then obviously game 5, Fox playing with the finger looked pretty good, especially early. But I just think, man, you kind of seen in that game, I think the Warriors kind of figured it out. They've won 3 straight versus these boys. 2-1 against the number, averaging 121 points per game, compared to the Kings at 112 points per game in that span. And they've been shooting 47% from the field in that span. So they're kind of, from the field, actually have been getting, they can get what they want inside against this Sacramento Kings defense. Now they have been shooting, 52% from the field in that game 5 I just talked about, but only 28% from deep the Warriors shot in that game. So I believe they'll shoot a lot better and they still won by 7 in Sacramento. So I think we'll see Clay, Steph, the whole damn crew shoot a lot better from the arc than 28%. I just believe that. And we know the Warriors have been bet on at the crib. They're 35-8 at the house straight up this year, 28-14-1 against the number at the crib. And, they're 8-0 straight up last 8 meetings against these boys in the Bay versus the Kings. So I would look only Golden State, but honestly, I didn't bet the 7. I feel like it is probably good money. I like the second game a little bit more, to be quite honest with you. I do see 65% of the bets on Sacramento, 61% of the money, however, on the Warriors. So I do think everything here does point to the Warriors. Maybe I should, maybe I should get my ass out of church and go to the motherfucking window on Dub Nation, because it does seem like I think they put the boys away tonight, and they might do it in Warrior fashion. It might be Bay business, tonight there in the Bay Area. So Warriors, heavy lean to the Warriors full game. Maybe I can get a better number on it because I'm excited to watch both of these basketball games, to be quite honest with you. So live play could be in action. Maybe the Warriors start off a little slow, I'm hoping maybe, and I can get a better number live because I do think they could just flip the switch and put these boys away.
Hey, man, you get in there, Dutch. I think you want to make a little bit of money tonight. I think you'll get there by the end of the day. Let's after Bobano, WAM, and I'll talk a little bit more. By the end of the show, you're gonna be pushing that button. D Finney says you guys like the Kings team total under. I mean, in my opinion, we can only trust one team to play defense in this matchup. So if you like the under, that's the way that I would go. Sab says, can we lay the 7? I mean, I'm not scared. Bobano, can we lay the 7 in this game?
We could lay it with Golden State in the third quarter, which is probably what I'm going to end up doing in this game. No, I actually do like Sacramento in the first quarter and the first half, and that's the way I'm going to. I think they've had too nice of a season to just roll over and play dead here at New Oracle, especially early in the game. And I think you're going to. And look, they've actually been a very good team early in the game. And even in Golden State, they weren't that bad in the first quarter in game 3 and game 4. We know what they did at the house, of course, in game 1 and in game 2. And of course, in game 5, they had a nice start as well. They've been fast starters, Sacramento, and with their backs against the wall facing elimination, I don't think this team is going to be, just going away early. I think eventually as the game goes on, you're going to see, and Golden State's done this shit before. Let's not forget that in the last couple of years in the playoffs, when they've had a chance to end a series at home, they've had a really bad start a couple of times. Bad first quarter, bad first half, and then they just rolled the team. They just roll the fuck out of them in the second half, and they take over and they dominate, and they end up winning the game, clinching the series and ending it still, which I think could happen tonight. But I think early Sacramento will have a strong first punch, and I like them early in the game, first quarter, first half. And if the game script that I have in my mind comes to fruition here, Sacramento early, I'm going to definitely be looking at Golden State at halftime in the third quarter, which has been obviously that's been their quarter for a very long time now. So I've got a script in mind that in this game that it's going to be a good start from Sacramento with their season on the line, but they won't be able to sustain it for 48 minutes. So it's going to be the Kings first quarter, Kings first half, a live bet on the Warriors. And I might even place a pregame bet at books that offer third quarter spreads pregame. I might bet Golden State third quarter pregame because I expect them to be trailing or at least in a very close game at halftime. And then I think Golden State ramps up into series clinching form.
You know what? When your back is against the wall and you're about to be eliminated, I'm not mad at, thinking about the Kings coming out early because, we saw it yesterday with Atlanta, right? They couldn't do it for the entire game. They were covering the majority of the game, but sometimes maybe the talent just wins out over the course of the 48 minutes. So Urbano liking a little bit more the third quarter. Tasha says she likes that look too. Dan says the first half has been zigzagging. He likes Sacramento first half. He says Golden State first half sucks. Pound Golden State third quarter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. G Martinez says Game 6 Clay is a real thing. Absolutely. And if you guys know, what was his points prop before? Because I know it's 23.5 now.
Yeah.
So they maybe are accounting for Game 6 Clay now. My boy Josh says, hit the motherfucking like button.
Yeah. I like Kevon Looney.
Appreciate you, Josh.
Wow. Josh, thanks for the dono, my friend. I like Kevon Looney over 19.5 actually points into rebounds tonight. I think he's been getting some runway lately. He's been more of an impact factor in this year. He's been trending over points and rebounds as well the last few games. So I do like that look.
Kevon Looney, points and rebounds. I would add his assists too. He's dishing it a little bit, when he's catching it there. Hey, Wham Bam, we got to get a little bit of them claps in there too. You got to teach me how to do that. The claps with the horn.
Shout out to my guy Josh, man. Josh always showing love, bro. Shout out to Josh.
Kevin Harlan's great line often is LeBron James. Remember the classic call he had, LeBron James? LeBron James with no regard for human life. When Wham's blowing the sound effects there, that's Wham Bam with no regard for his little boy.
No, it really turns his ass up, bro. As I say that, so I kind of cold. I got to start off like that. But you guys kind of alluded to everything that I'm on, man. Like I said, I didn't have a play in this game. I was sounding like Dutch, bro. I was thinking that the Kings come out early, just like Babeno said, and possibly I just need to hop in with them live. But I did look at the third quarter spreads. I do have action on that, and it's -1.5. I locked that in. That's an official play for me. I think the -115 that you have to pay on the juice at the book that I locked it in at is going to be worth it. We know it's probably going to be like 4.5 at that time at halftime anyway. So you're probably beating the number there. And I like that. I like the look a lot with the third quarter with the Warriors. I think they close it out tonight. No more beam for me. I know KC is in the chat saying me and Babeno was on the beam earlier on the beam team. Listen, it's one of those things that you got friends. They're going to call you out. They're going to tell you, hey, man, you're doing a little too much. You need to put the beam down. So it's no more lighting the beam. You know what I'm saying? Put the light down, brother.
Hey, they can light the beam after 24 minutes tonight if they want to. After 24 minutes, you light the beam all you want. Light it up at halftime of this game because I think you'll be able to. After that, I'm not so sure.
Yeah, put that beam down, though, bro. That's what the homies was telling me. So I ain't fucking with that shit no more. I'm on the Warriors third quarter, -1.5. And I know what my guy Skee's going to say, bro. Like, at the house, as a favorite in the playoffs, especially in these type of situations, they normally win by double digits. So if you like the Warriors, don't be afraid of the number, bro. They're going to win by double digits when they win it. And I think they're going to win. I just want to get them at 1.5 rather than the 7. You know what I'm saying? So I took the 1.5 at the third quarter. And I think the spot is perfect for everybody to get some money.
Hey, Wham Bam, you've been around the block for a minute. You pay attention, I guess, a little bit when I be talking. When the Warriors at home and they win, they cover. They got 35 wins. They're 28-6-1 against the spread. They win by double digits per game. I just feel like, the writing's on the wall. I said from the beginning, the more the series goes on, the more it's going to be Warriors. Here they are. They've won 3 in a row. They're healthy now. They're rolling. The Kings don't have an answer. They done took away Sabonis' playmaking. They're making him just, he's going to have to hit the mid-range jumpers all game. If Fox is not going off like he was going off earlier in the series, they're not going to win the game. And it's going to be, Steph Curry's going to shoot a lot better. Clay, if he's not in foul trouble, he probably was going to go off on the heater in that last game. We all know he's more than capable at home in Game 6. I think they're going to smack him up here today. I don't want to bet the trifecta because just like Bobano said, Kings could come out here and throw the first punch. But I got faith over the course of 48 minutes. And you know what happens after halftime in that third quarter. So if it's close at all, we head into the window and we taking Golden State third quarter, but we're not scared. We're taking Golden State -7. They get the job done by double digits tonight. Good stuff by everybody on the panel on that game. Let me look at a couple more comments really quick. What Prescott says, money line parlay. I'm not mad at anybody who wants to look at that.
Whack Prescott.
Equin, I always screw his name up. I still can't get
Equormius.
it. This the
Equormius, I think. Equormius?
Equanimus is how you say it.
Equanimus.
Equanimus.
Bobano got the pronunciation on lock, man. We can definitely refer to bro.
You know what it reminds me of? Equanimous St. Brown, the receiver in the NFL. But it's missing an I in there. That's why it's not that.
AOD says smash the like button the way Skee smashes strawberry daiquiris. Hey, Dutch got that thinking I just be drinking all these fruity drinks over here, man. It's simple. I just like the tequila with the pineapple, man. That's it.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with strawberry daiquiri. It's a good summer drink. Love it.
What up, Razor? Hey, Razor. I know you jumping in a little bit late here, but I hope you with the good guys today. Don't be lighting no beams tonight. Tasha says, Skee, you like the over 236? I would like Golden State team total over because I think they can score. I trust them to play defense. I don't trust the Kings to play any defense. So if you like an over, I'm looking at one side to go over. And Sam Comer is appreciating Bobano's knowledge there. So let's keep it going here. Next game up, Grizzlies at Lakers. This game opened Lakers -4.5. A couple fives out there, but mostly 4.5 still across the board. Total open 219.5. I did see a little bit of a drop. Now we're seeing it go all the way up to, I think I saw it as low as 218.5. Now it's as high as 220.5. So market going a little bit different directions throughout the day. Injury report here. We know there's no Steven Adams. We know there's no Clark. Kennard did make the injury report with the shoulder injury. He's game time decision in this one. And then for the Lakers, usual suspects on there, AD, LeBron, Schroeder, but all likely to play here tonight. So Lakers, a chance to get it done here at the house. Do they take advantage or can Memphis give them a run for their money? How you looking, Wham Bam?
I mean, you kind of hear AD talking after the game. We all seen a big discrepancy. Like Lakers are looking like they're about to, win this game outright in Memphis, and then they pull AD. They go on this crazy 19-2 close of the third quarter. There's no way they're going to be able to come back after that. Just demoralizing. You see how tired LeBron is and everything from that point on. So, my boy Hank said, "Let's go 26-0." I don't even think we got 26 picks, bro. Hey, that's funny.
Bobano maybe.
I might. Yeah, I might have
26. Come on, man.
He got the package. That's hilarious.
That's true.
No, so let's talk about it. Though. I mean, the Lakers really, bro, like they really have been up and down. We know who the type of depth is going to be in the late show. A lot of the guys being that they are at home, role players play a lot better at home. We already know the mantra there. But I think it's going to really mean something today, especially coming off of a bad game. And then you have guys on the other side like Luke Kennard. We still got questions on him. I don't know if that's any information about Luke Kennard there, but I did know that he was one of those guys that maybe, not in the rotation or in the lineup for these guys on the other side. So having a shooter like him out, you kind of really hoping that you got a good game from Bane. You got Jared Jackson hitting his threes that he's shooting. And then you got to hope that Kobe is being Kobe and Dylan Brooks, and he's not distracted by all the limelight and everybody calling his ass, in this game. I think it's going to be a lot of attention towards him on the ref side as well. So I'm hoping Tony Brothers is one of our brothers that is going to be officiating in this game. I do hope that, pay a little bit attention to him swinging at somebody nuts. You know what I'm saying? Keep a little eye out on this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Because if they get ejected, this could be one of those type of games. We see it all the time in the playoffs when the team look like it might be getting a little demoralized in game. They could start doing some questionable shit. I wouldn't be surprised if something like that happens today, especially the way these guys were talking all this big shit as far as Memphis talking big stuff. You got the Ja Morant beating up little juveniles, and then he got the gun on the damn Instagram Live. It's just a lot of things going in spiral. A lot of volatility, a lot of volatility going out here. You know what I'm saying? In this game, I think is for the Memphis, and it's kind of giving me the reason to think that it is going to be a collision course with Steph Curry and LeBron in the semifinals. Especially since we already got the other matchup already locked in. I think they take care of business, the NBA at least, and tell the refs a little initiative, to get LeBron some of these extra calls and a little bit extra love for Steph down the stretch as well. So I think that this is a good game for the Lakers to come out here and win and cover. I think the problem with the number not moving towards the Lakers, or even if it being like a split money on both sides, I think that the books get even action on here, so we're not going to see nothing too much. There's a lot of hate out there for the Lakers, and there's a lot of love out there from Memphis. I think that if you really want to peel back the layers, who do they really want in the finals or a possibility to go to the finals? Do they want Sacramento or do they want Memphis? No, they want Golden State. They want the Lakers, bro. Stop playing with yourselves, man. So I think it get wrapped up tonight. Lake Show and -4.5 is what I got it at officially. And yeah, man, I'm not scared. I think LeBron does have to have that energy, though, bro. He does need some energy. So maybe you got to do whatever he, put some little extra budget out there for that body, bro, because we need to have a little extra energy tonight. I expect LeBron to play a lot better. And the role players as well, Rui, Austin Reeves. I expect all those guys to play a lot better today. So D-Lo, don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up, Ham, man. Don't be sitting fucking AD in crunch moments, bro. And call the timeouts, man. Like, we've been seeing this all throughout the playoffs. Possessions are key, and not calling times out is even more key. Like Budenholzer, and we seen Ham do it in this last game. We can't let this shit keep sliding, bro. Y'all coaches out there doing bad shit get canceled, bro. You know what I'm saying? We got a short leash for this shit. These players don't be able to have that much lifespan. So Lakers today, man, I think the Lakers hold it down. LeBron get the rebounds that Chad wants, and he has the energy, and that's how we're going to get over him.
A lot of good stuff said there by Wham Bam. I know LeBron would be tired after that overtime game. You can see how tired he was in that one, and you can see how tired he was playing in that game 5 as well. But one thing about the Lakers, LeBron doesn't have to be that guy for them to win. When he figured that out, everybody else is contributing, and that's why the Lakers are where they're at right now. So, Babano, do you believe in the squad to get the job done by more than 4.5?
Yeah, I mean, the spread is it is what it is. I prefer maybe a little shorter number, but I think for the Lakers, it's their opportunity to close this out. I think they've probably got a very good chance of doing that. Keep in mind, they needed overtime in game 4 of this series, 117-111, but they did cover, laying 4.5. They were 4.5-point favorites game 3 at home as well, and they won by 10 points. So they're 2-0. Against the spread at home, laying 4.5, the same number we're seeing tonight. So I'm going to take a chance they win by 5+ here tonight. Lakers with the lay in the points. I like the over a little bit. I do think we're going to get back to, a few more points scored in this game. Once that game got out of hand there for Memphis the other night, they kind of, stopped pushing the pace. They were up comfortably. Lakers kind of, just get ready for the next game. And as a result, the scoring really died late in that game, and that's why it stayed under for a game that looked like it was going to go over. But I'm going to go back to the well with the over here tonight at 220.5 is the number with that. And there are a bunch of props I like. I like AR-15 over PRA, points, rebounds, and assists. He's gone over it in 2 straight games. I don't want to guess. Is it going to be points? Is it going to be rebounds? Is it going to be assists? Because, I think he's, he might be more rebounds and assists tonight. I think LeBron and AD are probably going to do more of the scoring tonight for the Lakers. So I'm going to go PRA on Austin Reeves here. Points, rebounds, and assists. He's gone over that number, like I said, in 2 straight, way over, like into the 30s. And his PRA is a very reasonable number here in this game tonight for the Lakers. Like, we're talking for Austin Reeves, points, rebounds, and assists, 25.5. I think he can definitely get over that number tonight. I like LeBron over points, 25.5. AD over points, 24.5. I think those are the guys that stir the drink tonight. And look, Lakers, he had a terrible game. He's older, a lot of air miles, a lot of minutes on that body of his, LeBron James, and he looked tired. He just looked tired. He looked like he had a physical wall in game 5, and that's why he shot poorly, and he did. Like, he was dreadful shooting. I mean, defense, he still, tried his best, but offensively, he just didn't have it. And he said it, after the game as well. It is concerning that if by the way, I like LeBron points tonight, but stay the fuck away from the 3-point prop. I mean, he is 3 for 28 shooting from 3-point range in the last 44 games of this series. 3 for 28. So I think he's going to do a lot of his damage in 2-point range, mid range, around the rim. That's what he's going to do. So even though I like his points, don't touch the 3-point prop on LeBron right now because he's really struggling from beyond the perimeter. So those are the main props. Austin Reed. I do like a couple Memphis props. Like, don't overthink it. It's got to be Bane and Ja for the Memphis Grizzlies tonight, just like it's been the last couple. Bane's been huge. Bane's the one flapping his gums saying we're coming back to Memphis here for Game 7. That's what he said after the Game 5 win. So you better back it up. You make some kind of statement like that, you better be ready to play tonight if you're Desmond Bane. So he might go over his point prop. Ja Morant has to be huge here like he was in Game 5. They both got 30s. So I wouldn't overthink it. I know Jaren Jackson's capable. Certainly, Tyus Jones could always have a big night offensively, but don't overthink it. If Memphis is going to hang in this game, have a chance to steal it, it's got to be Desmond Bane. It's got to be Ja Morant. I would start and end there with any Memphis props.
Yeah, if they're going to have success, they need somebody to be, hitting them threes and spacing the floor. Desmond Bane, they're going to need Luke Kennard in the lineup, guys like that. And WAM was talking about that a little bit earlier. So if they're not, it's going to be a long night for those Grizzlies trying to score the ball. Rick White, he says Brooks under 11.5. I can't talk you off because I had the under in the last game, and every time I see him pull up, I'm like, yes, under.
Has anyone in recent memory in the NBA taken a bigger shit on themselves than Dylan Brooks has in this series? Seriously.
They're going to be on his ass today, too.
Yeah.
And so, I agree. And Dutch, I have a feeling Dutch going to be rolling with the squad today. I have a feeling, he's sold on what he's been seeing from the Lake Show. He's almost wearing a Minneapolis Lakers jersey today. What are we doing with this one, Dutchy?
Yeah, man. I don't know if I would necessarily say I'm sold completely on the Lake Show, but I'm definitely sold that the Lake Show better than the motherfucking Memphis Grizzlies right now. I do believe that. And I know that the Grizzlies are a fade on the road. I mean, come on, man. We bet against this team all year on the road, and it really counts now. I agree with my boy Chad in the chat, man. LBJ, bro, nobody takes better care of his body than that motherfucker. He gonna take the cycle. He gonna take whatever he got to do to get right, and he gonna be juiced the fuck up tonight. Believe that. LBJ will have a game. He bounced back, man. Everyone say he's tired. He'll be right tonight, and he gonna load up that stat sheet tonight. These last 3 games have been very close, though. However, they're each 100. They average both 109 points per game these last 3 games. I do think if it's simply that since the Lakers are at home, I think they smash at the crib. If it's Memphis, we kind of look the other way in Memphis outside of Game 1, which key is because only Game 1 was the only time the Lakers actually shot the fucking ball so decent from 3. They shot over 40% in Game 1 from 3. Outside of that, they've been complete fucking trash. I mean, we're talking low 20s. They shot 25% from 3 in Game 5. They gotta do better from the arc, in my opinion. That gotta be Reeves. Maybe we get some Beasley out there, Schroeder. These guys, they gotta knock down open 3-point shots. You can't shoot 25% from the field from the arc, in my opinion. They have been money at the house though of late, especially against the Grizzlies. They've won 5 straight at the crib. They've won 8 out of the last 9 at the crib versus the Grizzlies, and they've actually won 10 out of the last 13 basketball games overall. I said it, early in the series. I think without Clark, without Adams, the Lakers are simply the better team. We found spots to capitalize on both teams in this series. I believe, a lot of us I'm sure we're on the Grizzlies last game. But I'm not scared. People say the number hasn't moved. It's 4.5, and everyone's betting. It was the same goddamn thing in Game 4. The only reason the number went back down to Game 4.5 in Game 3 was because of the Morant news. So the line has been right here. It's been here for us for the taking for the Lake Show at the crib at 4.5. So I'm gonna go right back to the motherfucking window, and I'm gonna fade a Grizzlies team, as I mentioned on the road, have been bet against. They're 1-5 ATS last 6 on the road. 14-28-1 on the road this year. 4-18 straight up as a dog this year as well. And on the other side of it, the Lakers are 23-12 straight up as a favorite. So a little bit more than obviously asking to win at 4.5, but I do believe LBJ coming off a bad game. The Lakers did not look good in Memphis. Wasn't close. I believe it kind of just flips the script at the crib. I don't mind. Each team, the first quarter, whoever's won the first quarter has won the basketball game in this spot. So, maybe it is a do damage spot, as our guy Razor Sharp Picks would say. I'm not mad at any of it, but give me the Lakers full game. It's good money.
I'm with you. LA knows how big this game is. They cannot go back to Memphis for Game 7, where Memphis has been dominant at home all year long. You do not want to do that. You do not want to give this young team who talks all this shit all the confidence. It's just something you cannot do. That's why you have Anthony Davis coming out here saying he's willing to do whatever it takes. He'll play 48 minutes if he has to, because he saw, how bad the Lakers were when he went off the court the other night. So I like that. I agree that the Lakers are the better team. They're the healthier team right now. And they still got that extra motivation from Dylan Brooks chirping, running his mouth. Don't think they forgot. Now you got Baines guaranteeing a Game 7, et cetera, et cetera. I like I mentioned earlier, that Luke Kennard is on the injury report. I think they'll miss him. And Memphis all year long, as a road dog specifically, 0-17 straight up, 2-15 against the spread, losing by double digits per game. I don't expect this to be the game they finally win on the road. The Lakers are going to get the job done tonight, and they're going to do it by the margin. So we're rolling with the Lakers minus the 4.5. On the total, I think it's more of an under game. I don't like – whenever LeBron has the ball, you see how much time he's taking off the clock. He's not trying to run up and down and be in a shootout with this young Grizzlies team. That's not what he wants to do. So I just think the pace will be a little bit slower for this Lakers side, and I trust them defensively, especially if Luke Kennard doesn't play and Desmond Bane isn't hitting his shots. It's going to be a lot easier to defend these guys. So under the 220 is the way I would look, along with the Lakers minus the 4.5. Panel seems to be in alignment that the Lakers will get the job done today. And we're not big parlay players, but I don't think anybody can talk you off of taking the two home teams, the two favorites tonight at a decent price. Anybody against that?
Minus 103. I looked at it. Minus 103 on the money line.
I like Sacramento early, but that's it. Early. I think Golden State probably still wins. And like I say, I remember this happening last year. Golden State was against Memphis, I believe, in a home closeout game. Bad first quarter, bad first half. I think they might have even been trailing at halftime. And then they just destroyed Memphis in the second half. They ended up winning. I think they ended up covering the closing number as well, the Golden State in that game, and they won the series. I think that's something similar is going to happen tonight.
I wouldn't be surprised. Tasha's asking if I like the Lakers team total over. I wouldn't do it tonight. I think they can win any kind of way, but I think they win in a lower scoring game tonight. G. Martinez says Grizzlies talk too damn much. I would agree 1,000%. Akbar says Brooks is the best thing that happened to the Lakers. He gave him a lot of extra fire, a little extra motivation.
That's true.
Yeah, I have to agree with that as well.
I have to say Adams is probably the best thing, but yeah, not
for sure.
That too,
I guarantee.
That's big.
Guarantee.
AD still sleeping good at night.
Guarantee. Shit, and Clark. You're missing a lot of guys out there. Yeah.
Just trying to get to a couple more comments before we get through, and I think that was all the questions that we had on this game. So, good stuff on the card for today. We have one game that we know about for tomorrow and one game that we know about right now for Sunday. So I'll just group those together and we'll give initial thoughts like we usually do. Suns at the Nuggets. Game open minus 2.5 for Denver. I still see 2.5 out there. Total open 226.5 down to 226. I should have looked again at the Denver price, but I know they're the underdog for the series, even though they're the favorite in game 1. And I just think, I don't know. I don't like Phoenix. For one, they're not as deep as they used to be. Going to get Kevin Durant and trading away their bench or trading away a couple guys that we trust there. They don't necessarily have all the, and I'm blanking out on the word, chemistry is what I'm trying to say there. Don't have all the chemistry. And these starters are playing 40-plus minutes. They're playing too many minutes. That's what I'm trying to say. It's going to start to affect them the more the series, the more the playoffs goes on. So all of those things combined with Denver is finally healthy this year. This is a group that's been together the past few years. they do have that chemistry. They got home court advantage where they're pretty dominant year after year. I could only look towards Denver being the right side in this series. I think like they have an advantage right now coming in, and I didn't even think about it, but the altitude as well is probably going to affect these players from Phoenix playing all these minutes too. So I like Denver in the series. I'm very likely to go and put a bet on them at a plus number. And in game one, I think they come out and throw the first punch. I think they get on Phoenix early in the first quarter, and it goes throughout the rest of the entire game. It's not going to be a situation like the Clippers where the Clippers, blowing it in the second half, the third quarter, fourth quarter. I think Denver holds on, and then Phoenix is going to have to see if they can steal one of these home games. And as far as the total, I don't want to be involved for the full game because we know Chris Paul can take the air out the ball in the fourth quarter. But I know Denver wants to run, and I will bank on that for the first 24 minutes. And I know Phoenix can take advantage of Denver. They can take advantage of Jokic in the pick and roll. So they should be able to score as well. It's just I want to take the end of the game out of it. So I think the first half over is the best look, along with Denver early and often. Miami, New York, I don't have a whole lot to say. I'll just whoever's laying points, it's kind of hard for me to back them in this series. That's the way I'll say right now. Maybe you guys feel stronger about that one than me. So first, I'm gonna go to Bobano. How you feeling about Suns in Denver and then Miami and New York?
I'm 100% on the Phoenix-Denver with you. I mean, are we really that impressed with what Phoenix did against the Clippers? And with no Kawhi Leonard, wheelchair was out the remainder of games of that series. We never saw Paul George, down the stretch. I mean, and yet the Clippers in multiple games were right there. The game 3, that was a good effort, fell short. Game 4, very good effort against the Suns, fell short. I mean, the Suns should have probably destroyed that team without Kawhi and Paul George. And instead, they fucked around and they didn't play great for 48 minutes. They went into lulls. They went into offensive droughts. Defense wasn't cohesive at all times. And you're seeing, Russell Westbrook, Terrence Mann, some multiple Clippers, have their way. And it was a struggle even in the closeout game. I mean, finally in the second half, they got going, but that was not easy for Phoenix. And I think this is a little disrespectful. This is Denver, who have been a great team start to finish all year. Best team probably in the West all season, start to finish record-wise, obviously number 1 seed. And here they are they're a dog in the series price. They're plus 110, plus 115 series price. I'm on the Denver series price here at plus 110, plus 115. I like it. And I like them in game 1 as well. I definitely wouldn't talk anyone out of the over in that game, although you, Skee, mentioned the first half over specifically. I like Denver in the series. I like Denver in game 1. I think it'll be a tough series. Would shock me if Phoenix wins, because Phoenix, I think if you look at the top end talent with Durant and Devin and CP3 and of course DeAndre Ayton, that's formidable. But the chemistry now is going to be tested way more against a much better, and I mean much better, Denver Nuggets team compared to the LA Clippers. So I think Denver's very live in that series. As far as the Heat and the Knicks series goes, I laid $1.50, 55 with the Knicks in the series. I think they're going to get it. I was thoroughly impressed with Cleveland, or with the Knicks, I should say, against Cleveland. And look, Cleveland was soft. Cleveland was pretty pathetic, actually, the way they bowed out in pathetic form in game 5 at home. But you got to give the Knicks a lot of credit because, and the fact is, too, with Randall out, are you kidding me? They played that well the other night. RJ Barrett, spectacular. Josh Hart stepped up. You quickly, again, another monster game in game 5 from him. They've gotten everybody on board. Of course, Jalen Brunson's just been spectacular. He's been the perfect fit for this New York Knicks team. They're playing defense again. Let's be honest. They're playing Thibodeau-style defense again. That's big time going into this series. And I need to see, to me, unless Jimmy Butler scores 40 every game, unless you're all of a sudden going to get your Gabe Vincents and your Max Struces playing out of this world in this series again, I don't think they're going to beat the Knicks. I think it's going to be a very good, competitive, long, tough series, but I think the Knicks are going to take it in the end. Now, I don't love the Knicks in game 1 necessarily because they're off the Cleveland series, and I don't know what to expect in game 1, quite honestly, because you got Miami off the huge upset over Milwaukee. I'm not so sure it's a great Miami spot in game 1 either. So I'm sitting out game 1, but I do like the Knicks in the series.
All right, good stuff. Bobano's liking Knicks to get the job done and advance to the Eastern Conference Finals, along with Denver to be victorious versus the Phoenix Suns. I'm gonna go to Wham Bam here really quick. Wham, what you thinking about the West Coast matchup first, Phoenix and Denver, and then let us know how you feel about Miami and New York.
Yeah, I agree with everything pretty much Babano was saying regarding that Denver Nuggets look in against the Suns, and I agree with you as well. I think that as much as I think about the depth that they lost with the Suns in that trade, and the fact that they don't have cohesion, and on top of them pretty much losing every first quarter against the Clippers, I can only go with the same energy in this series and think that the Nuggets are going to dominate early in this series, and they're going to be able to take advantage of having better players coming off the bench, having better role players, having extended minutes and stuff like that. So I can see this is a great Eric Gordon game as far as on the defensive side and on the offensive side. I think KCP plays really well in this series, having that experience going up against the Suns. And then I'm on that first quarter already. I got the first quarter. When you guys breaking it down, it just makes the most sense. I know they're one of the top net rating first quarter teams throughout the season. And then the playoffs, like I said, this team, the Suns, they're dead last in net rating in the first quarter in the whole playoffs so far. So I think that's going to continue, bro, especially going to the Mile High against the Nuggets. So that's the official play for me, minus a half in the first quarter with the Nuggets. And as far as the next game, I'm kind of feeling like you too, but Ben, I want to leave this shit alone as far as the first game against the Heat, because I'm so quick to say undrafted players, so quick to talk all this stuff about the Heat, but they keep burning us because they shot really well. Now, I am going to add that in the outlier because we know the Milwaukee Bucks, they got a terrible coach, and they known to have terrible perimeter defense. So coming in this game, the defense is going to be totally different. And my son, I think he liked this breakdown too, because I think the Knicks is the spot, bro. I think the Knicks is the spot. Yeah, the kids are definitely loose over here, but I'm thinking that with you guys though. I think we all in the line with those two games.
All right, good stuff by Wham Bam. Yeah, your son was definitely liking what you were saying there. We hear him back there co-signing. Dutchy, you rolling with the squad? You liking a little bit of Knicks tape? You liking Denver? I have a feeling you're gonna like the Suns though. What you doing with that one?
Yeah, man. Yeah, you feeling right, bro. You feeling right. Game one, though, I'm with y'all. Game one, I'm with y'all. You can fuck with the Nuggets game one. I'm cool with that. But honestly, I think this I got this series planned out. I think the Suns win in 7, to be quite honest with you. So I think you could probably back Nuggets game 1 and 2. And then we get on Phoenix. I'm already planning this bitch out. So, and then what it comes down to is a point guard. Our guy Rossi in the chat said, man, come on, you going to put that motherfucker in the pick and roll night and day. He will get exploited. Joker, that is. And you got CP3 going to do it to him. Running with KD, running with Book. Just keep running against this motherfucker because Joker is beyond bad in the pick and roll. And you got CP3, a true point guard. They got a big man. I mean, it's going to be trouble overall, I think, through a 7-game series, to be quite honest with you. And I do think you got the two best players on the court in KD and Book. And Book has been playing lights the fuck out. As I've told you on this, as I said on this show and on in previous shows, that Book is going, it's easy for him now. I mean, KD is that good that they so much attention, it frees up. And Devin Booker is really, really good, man. So we're going to see how good he really is. I think the key thing to me is the Nuggets don't have a point guard. Jamal Murray is nice, man. They don't got a point guard, bro. He's not a point guard. Joker probably really the point guard on that basketball team. That'll get exploited here in this series. The fact that Joker can outguard the pick and roll, and the fact that the Denver Nuggets do not have a point guard, and the fact that the two best players play for the Phoenix motherfucking Suns, they win in 7. But I like the Nuggets there in game 1. And I do believe all this talk about no bench, campaign's back. We've seen him play important minutes. Where's Terrence Ross at? Let me see some Terrence Ross. Where does Warren Boy at? Come on, I mean they got cats, bro. Shaman, if he starts knocking down some 3-pointers, he might look like, hey, they got a little bit of a bench now. So I think they have it. They got a backup center in Bismack. Honestly, think we're overlooking the bench. We didn't see much of that bench against the Clippers. They really didn't need it. To be quite honest with you. They did play some close games. But let's be honest. Whenever the Clippers flipped the switch, I mean, we knew what it was. So, the Clippers play with heart, but we knew who was winning those motherfucking games. But yeah, man, I'm not as down on the bench as everyone else. From what we've seen against the Clippers, I mean, there's no arguing it. The bench was MIA. But we didn't see we didn't even see Terrence Ross touch the motherfucking court, and Cameron Payne was out. So I do believe the Nuggets are in trouble. Suns in 7. I do like the Denver Nuggets at home though. For the Knicks, as tough series, man. I think the Heat run out of gas. Our guy Cordy in the chat said it. They played the play-in games. They played a fucking tough series. They lose their big guy, their 6-man Tyler Hero. They lose Oladipo. This is gonna catch up to him, man. Do I want to jump in front of Jimmy Butler in that train right fucking now? Nah, man. I'll probably take the 4.5 to be quite honest with you. But I do think the Knicks, Julius Randle comes back healthy. I think Brunson, Thibodeau makes the moves better and contains Jimmy Butler better than booty ass Holder over there for the Fear the Deer. And I think the Knicks find a way to get it done. But yeah, tough game in game 1. I kind of lean the 4.5 with Miami, kind of running with the Mo a little bit. But the Knicks overly impressed me against the Cavaliers. They punked the Cavs. So excited to see that series, but I do think you can only do so much. I do believe that the Heat, the lack of Hero, the lack of Oladipo, the games played so far, I believe it will show up in a physical series against the Knicks.
All right,
yeah,
a lot of
Phoenix motherfucking Suns, man. Yeah.
I got a question though. I got a question for Dutch. So you trust the layup boy? You trust Ayton against Jokic? Come on, man. Let's talk about it, bro. What's going on?
I mean, I do think Ayton can exploit Jokic. Yes. Do I think Joker can do work all game on Ayton? Absolutely.
Series,
but I don't think Joker can guard Ayton, in my opinion. I don't. And we know he's a defensive liability when it comes to the pick and roll. So I think he'll exploit him.
No one can deny that.
But yeah, obviously Joker's gonna Joker gonna do work on anybody offensively, in my opinion.
It's called putting him in the spin cycle. You can do that against him. Yeah. He's not
Make him work, and then he's gonna get tired. You tire him out. Keep that.
He's won MVPs off his passing, his footwork, his scoring, his assist making, and his rebounding. It's never been about his defensive ability. He hasn't had any, really.
Yeah, you said passing twice, Babeno. That's all you know. This shit is all bad.
Facilitating. Just a different way of saying it. Yeah.
2 things that I wanted to mention there. I do remember once upon a time, Joker saying that the one person that kind of plays the best defense on him was Ayton. He did mention that. But another point is, if anybody sees the series going 7, I mean, I wouldn't want to bet on a team who's playing the starters playing 45 minutes a night. That's just how I feel.
Man, these boys are elite athletes, bro. Come on, man. They got 2 nights off sometimes. They're in fucking private jets getting shit massaged on their way fucking home, bro. They don't even drive. Come on, man. KD's been sitting on the fuck. KD didn't even play fucking 40 games this year. Maybe 45. Like he's ready to rock and roll, bro. Come on, man. You're talking about these boys are tired. They're all young as fuck, except for CP3. And obviously KD's a little bit older, but man, that boy plays basketball night and day. So come on, man. I hate that tired shit. Like, how LBJ gonna be tired? Come on.
How?
Hey, I love when they just talking passionate like that, though. I love it. So he's confident. I hear the confidence in his pick in that game.
They can win this series. Of course they can. Star power left and right, no doubt. I just think it's disrespectful to give Denver home underdog.
I like the Nuggets game 1. All the shit I was talking, I still like the Nuggets game 1.
Yep.
Okay, so
hey, clip that shit. Clip that.
I'm telling you, they're gonna lose in 7. They're gonna lose in 7 in Denver.
All right, we might have to roll the clip back in about a week or so.
Let the record
people think about this thing we do. Run that bitch back. I do have the Bucks in the finals too. How's that going? How's that going?
You were saying you like the Knicks too, though, right, Dutch? You're saying you like the Knicks too.
Yeah, I do think the Knicks.
Yeah, fuck the Heat, man. But I ain't gonna say too much of that.
Well, we got a lot of different opinions here between the panel, the chat, a lot of different ways we can look.
Good show.
It's about good show. About that time where we go around the panel, see out of all the games that we talked about, what's the best way to get paid tonight? So I'm gonna just go clockwise. Wham Bam, I'm coming to you first. What's your best bet for tonight?
Best bet, man. We just gonna keep it real simple, keep it real smooth. We're gonna take both of them, man. Warriors third quarter -1.5, -115. Lakers -4. Everybody going home tonight.
All right, well, I'm giving you the two-piece. Got a little first quarter on the game, got a little full game on another one. Two ways to get paid for my guy Wham Bam Babano. We coming to you next. What's the best way to get paid?
Okay, best bet for tonight. I'm just gonna go Lakers -4.5, -110 against the Grizzlies. I think they get it done. They did go 2-0 against the spread at home and won by 6 points and 10 points. That'll do it the job tonight. I just think there's an onus. They got to finish it tonight. You don't want to deal with Game 7. I think it's a bad thing for Memphis that Desmond Bane made that personal guarantee that they're going back to Game 7. I mean, as if the Grizzlies and Dylan Brooks didn't, poke the bear enough. Now you got Desmond Bane doing it with the Game 7 guarantee. So I think the Lakers end it tonight -4.5.
All right, good stuff there. He likes the Lakers as well. And you know damn well I'm not going to talk you off. So for the sake of giving you guys something different, and a lot of people a little bit nervous, maybe a little bit scared, I ain't scared. You guys know what the best way to get paid tonight is. I told you last time, stop lighting that beam. We're going with the Warriors, -7, 7.5, whatever you got to lay. They get the job done by double digits here. If you're scared, go to church. So Warriors, -7, 7.5 for your boy. And we're going to kick it to our guy Dutch for his freshest look of the day. And also, go ahead and take us home, Dutch.
Yeah, man. Freshest look, man. Hey, it is. It's LA, bro. It's the Lake Show. Believe it. -4.5. It's good money. And I do not mind the two-teamer, even money. You can get even money, man. Hey, take the motherfucking Lakers. Take the Warriors. If you have to have action on the Warriors, get that two-team money line. Get the even money. Go straight to the motherfucking window. But yeah, man, appreciate everyone tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share the motherfucking video. Y'all stay fresh. Stay blessed. Let's stay putting these motherfucking bookies to rest. Yeah.